is the ultimate travel guide from the people who know it best. Weekends with Yankee.
While the top of Mount Washington was definitely cold, I'm discovering a whole new chill being out on a boat off the coast of Martha's Vineyard in Massachusetts. I usually come here with my family in the warm days of summer, but on this fall day, it feels more like the middle of winter. I'm here with Yankee food editor Amy Traverso, who suggested we come here. This is the beginning of the season for finding the small, sweet, and incredibly delicious Atlantic Bay scallop. This is one of the few places left where scalloping is still a viable commercial business. But in order to eat today, we're going to have to catch our lunch. When I think of New England and fishing, historically I think of old guys in yellow caps. That's an industry that really is alive today.
It is, and especially here, you know, the bay scallops that they harvest from the waters around the islands and Cape Cod are some of the most prized in the world. I mean, there are chefs who are eagerly waiting for these bay scallops that we're going to be harvesting today.
All right, you dressed warm for today?
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
Hi, Paul.
My name is Paul Bagnall, and my title is the Shellfish Constable, Marine Biologist, and Herring Warden.
So what exactly is a shellfish constable?
Well, a Shellfish Constable, every town in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts has one. And a brief job description is we're kind of a cross between a cop and a babysitter. Captain of the boat is Donnie Benefit.
Hi, Donnie.
This is my deputy, Robert Morrison.
All right, great.
This is Rick Carney, who is the director of the Martha's Vineyard Shellfish Group. So let's get going.
Do you have another pair of waders?
It's going to get a little windy and bouncy on the way.
It's like Deadliest Catch stuff.
Bring it on, baby.
For anybody looking at this and seeing fairly rough background, for professionals,
This is a nice day on Cape
This is a nice day.
So how far out are we going?
This is the island shaft aquatic,
Uh-huh.
and then we're going to go into what they call the gut. Most of the scallops where they're going to pull the drags is going to be right in the gut. And don't call them scallops.
Scallops.
It's
I can't
scallops.
believe I'm from New England. And
I'm from Jersey, and I came up here, and the first week I was here, they dragged me in the back room, and they said, if you're going to stay here, it's scallops. It's not scallops.
Okay, this will help with the wind. Now if I could just get my hands out, I'll be all set. I should have taken my gloves off. Can you help me out? Now I can do this. Woo! I'm a fisherman now.
All right, what we do is we have these iron dredges. So as we drag them across the bottom, it catches both adults and juveniles.
How come the dredges are so small? I've been up in like Iceland where it's the width of the boat.
We are regulated, and this dredge can be no more than 3 feet wide and can't weigh more than 75 pounds.
Now you're wearing your policeman hat, right?
Absolutely. Our daily limit for the fishermen this year is 3 10-gallon wash baskets. That's an orange wash basket right there on the cooler.
And what's that worth, something that big?
Well, if you're getting 8 pounds to the gallon and you're getting $30, it's worth $240.
You know, people would sooner share their spouses than their scallops.
Wait a second.
How about we go do some harvest?
Okay. Hey, Johnny, they're ready to start towing. Yeah.
What's interesting about dragging this is one would assume that it would be like an anchor, that it would start catching stuff or pulling a lot of mud, but I feel it just sort of bouncing along the bottom here. What do we got here?
Wow, look at those.
You flip it back and dump it out.
Eelgrass.
Whelk. Crab.
Crab.
Rock.
Shells.
Shells. Okay.
That's the adult.
That's
Get rid of
empty.
some of the junk.
And they basically have to have the annulus mark on them.
Which is
The
what?
ring. So they have to have at least one good growth ring.
So that has
so that's an adult.
That's an
Whereas
adult.
if you look at the seed here, this doesn't have it.
This doesn't have one either? A little?
No.
So these go back, right?
Yeah. Has to be a really raised ring.
This one is relatively small, but it has a ring,
This other one, which is actually a little larger, doesn't have a defined ring. But you know what's interesting is in lobstering, you have a definitive length, where here is this sort of little bit of a judgment call.
Yeah, it is, definitely.
So I see something moving in there. Is that a clam?
No, the clam is dead, but
Oh, it's a crab in there. So that's like a little...
they'll live within the scallop and nip away until they kill the shellfish, and then they're back in there.
Wow.
How old is
bigger.
this?
Probably about 18 months. That's when they're legal size. They sometimes live to be like 3 years, but usually it's about 2 years.
Those move along the bottom too, right?
Yeah, these basically, by opening and closing their shells, they kind of, it's almost a jet propulsion.
Propulsion, yeah.
And they do this kind of, you know, when they close, they shoot the water out. It's not terribly directional, but they can move.
Here's another successful tow. Okay, now to open a scallop, slide it in, you got it up on the top of the shell. There's the muscle. You take and flip the gut off,
okay.
cut the shell off, and they're delicious raw. Chilled by Mother Nature today.
Oh my God.
Delicious.
So perfect, so sweet.
So this is a piece?
Yeah, that's the part that you're going to eat. That's the adductor muscle. And that's the way to have them, right on the boat.
So good.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to give you a ticket. Opening scallops on the boat is illegal. So all you gotta do is do that about 1,000 times,
You got yourself a
and
piece.
you got yourself a whole bushel of scallops open.
This meat is so delicious. I'm gonna go back and just prepare a really simple dish and we'll have a little feast.
And I'm not stopping you.
This is definitely the most interesting kitchen I've ever worked in. So I'm gonna make a little crudo here. A simple raw preparation where you slice the scallops and put them in a sauce. We've got the sweet scallops. We've got orange juice for sweetness. We've got lemon juice in here. We're gonna do some chili for heat and some mint leaves for cool. I'm gonna sprinkle some sea salt on there for crunch.
And here it is, comes lunch.
All right, a little appetizer.
Oh my God.
There you go.
A little citrus to think we're in Florida.
Yeah.
Delicious.
And it always tastes better when you've
Right, of the sort.
harvested it yourself.
You guys ready? Gonna get the hell out of here. The tide's leaving.
All right,
We're
let's
leaving.
go.
The tide's leaving.
All right,
Okay.
let's go.
Well said. Thank you for taking us out here. I don't think we'll ever think of scallops
No.
in the same way
Whole
after
new
coming out here.
appreciation, yeah.
Scallops.
Scallops.
Scallops.